Okay, so go on, say it.
Welcome to Don't Laugh But.
Well done.
You're listening to Don't Laugh But with Kirsty Hudson and Rebecca Elliott, the inane ramblings of two women trying to out-funny each other.
So today we are talking about supermarkets.
Yes, we are.
Which we've done a lot of research for, haven't we?
Loads. I've been in them.
There you go. A lot of years of research. But I was going to start by saying that an apology to you.
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, uh-oh.
Because having listened back and had this pointed out by other people.
You realise how fabulous I am.
Firstly, no, really not. The 3-score-and-10 thing is actually a song.
Boys to Men.
Yeah, it is actually a song, and I ripped the piss out of you for that, and I apologise. I mean, it's a weird, obscure folk song, but it is a song. Also, a gondola can be a name for a cable car. I was in Scotland last week, and I saw this sign for a gondola, and it was a cable car.
A cable car. So
I'm left worrying that I'm the stupid one in this relationship.
I think so. You realise that I actually know more than you on
two things,
most things. But I think it's two. I think. And you've only discovered those now, but uncovering them. So imagine what you're going to discover as our relationship goes further.
I think that might be it. I think you might have peaked. So I was in Scotland last week.
Yes.
Did you miss me?
No.
Fine.
A little bit. Yeah. I went to Cheshire and Alton Towers.
Yeah, it's not as good as Scotland, though. I was going to
say that to the people of Cheshire. That's what I say.
I will say that to the people of Cheshire. All those hundreds of people in Cheshire who tune in, I'm sure. The health and safety in Scotland is of note, in that there isn't any, and I like that. Up in the Highlands, I'm talking about, like right north of Scotland.
Well, that's because no one lives there. They can't.
No, people do live there.
Do
but
they?
When you go to we visited a gorge, and we went into a cave, and there was lots of half castles.
Can I just ask what a gorge is before you continue?
It's a big hole in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, basic, but pretty.
Right.
With water in it and stuff.
You went to a hole in the ground.
I went to a hole in the ground.
I went to a pretty hole.
Yeah, and basically there's no signs to say don't go over the edge.
What of the of
a gorge?
Okay.
Or anything.
Of the pretty hole.
The thing is, because we're so used to having health and safety in this country, that all signs say, hold your children's hand, don't let them do this, don't do that. When there are no signs, I think we just kind of go, well, it doesn't say not to.
So you're fine.
So we're fine.
Yeah.
So we climbed up the side of this massive half knocked down castle.
Right. And
then realised our 6-year-old was just at a window with a 30-foot drop, sheer drop the other side.
Oh, man.
And no one else was doing it. And I think it's because we just don't have common sense anymore. Because we just presume that our common sense will just be written down for us.
Okay.
On a sign. Whereas Scottish people are just health and safety is for wee pussies. And they're just,
slightly terrified.
They just that wasn't a bad accent. And they just kind of think, basically, use your own common sense.
Yeah, and you clearly don't have any anymore.
I don't have any more.
No.
I haven't got
so
any.
are you now a fan of health and safety?
No, I like that you're just left to your own devices.
I think we all
if you
need
die,
to,
it's your own fault, basically.
It's natural selection, then, that isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I think we have gone a bit too far with all of that.
I think so.
It slightly bores me. I mean, I just think.
Sorry, I won't talk about it anymore.
No, the whole hell. I just think we should use our common sense.
And I was also going to talk about holidaying with the kids briefly.
Right, okay.
Because we were in a camper van all week.
Yeah.
Very close proximity.
And was that good?
Well, you've got, on the one hand, I wouldn't want to be on holiday without them, because they're just the joy of my life.
Right.
And they're beautiful, and you want to share this stuff with your kids, and it's just amazing, and they're my favourite people in the world. On the other hand, you are stuck on holiday with two twats, aren't you?
I quite like being on holiday without my kids.
Without your kids?
I've done it. I've been there.
I think I'd feel guilty.
Oh, I don't.
But there were times when I just thought, I just want to enjoy this mountain, just without people just shouting willy and farting in restaurants. And
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You just want to do that yourself.
Yeah, I just want to do that,
yeah. But then, and also kids going, I'm hungry. My kids are always hungry.
Yeah, it's been 8 minutes since I last ate, Mum.
Yeah.
Where's the next meal coming
from? And all that.
The mountain that we drove past, the biggest mountain in Scotland, what's it called? It's called Ben Nevis, but you ain't misery.
Can I ask you this before you continue about
it was a very small point.
No, but it supports your...
Go on then.
When does a hill become a mountain?
There's a certain height.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know what that height is?
No, I don't know what that height is.
Okay, could you find that out for next time?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so when you drop Ben Nevis,
biggest mountain in the whole of the UK.
Is it really big?
It's pretty big.
Okay.
It's the biggest mountain in the whole of the UK. That's how big it is.
Okay.
Fine. And you drive past it, you go, oh, that's nice. But think of all the other mountains. Everest, right?
Where is Kilimanjaro?
Mount Kilimanjaro, thank you. Even Snowdon.
Tabletop
Mount
mountain.
Snowdon, right. They all have great names. Ben Nevis. It's like calling a mountain Ian Perkins or something, isn't it?
Well, was it named after Ben?
Well, probably, but still. I mean, all the other mountains aren't named, like Maureen Craggins or something.
Yeah, but that's because people can't go, I've summoned his Maureen Craggins. I climbed right on top of her.
Scaled the summits of Maureen Craggins. Beautiful. So anyway, supermarkets. Where do you shop? This is a really fascinating first one. Where do you shop? Is it Asda?
Well, I do enjoy a trip to Asda.
Why?
Well, I just think, I don't know.
Any supermarket whose motif is a woman slapping her own arse, it's not somewhere I want to go.
That is right. That is right. That is. I don't know. I think my mum says I enjoy a trip to Asda, so I think I say I enjoy a trip to Asda.
You're just copying your mum.
I think so. I like it. I do like it. I think, it meets all your needs, doesn't it? You've got your clothing section.
So it's any supermarket.
Waitrose do not have a clothing section.
No, they're a bit above that. They just realise if you're the kind of person who shops in Waitrose, you're going to buy your clothing at a clothing store and not in a supermarket.
This is true.
I think they've figured out their clientele there.
But I do like it. I like a trip to Aldi as well.
I like. Is it Aldi or Aldi?
It's Aldi, surely.
It's
Aldi.
Is that just me who says
that?
That
is just you. I mean, do you say scone or scone?
Scone. What do you say?
I don't know what I say.
Well, don't start that conversation if you haven't even made a decision on that in your life.
I think I change with whoever I'm with.
Really?
Scone. Do you want a scone? I say scone.
No, scone.
Scone.
What's
your favourite? Is it cheese scone or fruit scone? I love a scone.
I'd go with a cheese scone.
But
I think
when you put
a savoury scone.
I like a savoury one, but I do love I like one with butter, jam, and cream.
Yeah, this is podcasting gold. That is. Would you put the cream on first?
No, God, no. You put the butter.
God, Jesus, no.
Honestly, why are you Neanderthal?
The humanity.
Honestly, you put the butter.
Yeah.
And you should have butter.
You should have butter and cream. I hate it when they say, do you want butter or cream? Both. Obviously both. I've decided to have a scone. Clearly calories are out the window at this point. Of course.
So I put my butter on, and then I put my jam on. And then
you're miming this with your hand. In case I didn't understand.
And then I put my cream on. And I really like it to be the really thick cream.
Yeah.
I think it's called clotted.
It is called clotted.
I saw the other night that this man said I think it was on Frankie Boyle's show, I can't remember, but he said the only real ways we can save the planet is to stop flying.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a struggle for me, because my husband's American.
That's true. I don't like flying really though.
No, nor do I ideally. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah.
You're putting your whole body in a plane.
Yeah, well, it'd be weird if you only put part of it in.
Obviously. I mean, it goes up high, and then you're flying in this little metal tube across thousands of miles.
Yeah.
But
you could literally break down any experience to that.
Well,
just go, there you are, just sitting with your buttocks on a four-legged beast, and you're just describing sitting on a chair. Like, if you break down anything...
No, a four-legged beast. Surely that's a horse, not a chair. I have never described. I'm sitting on the beast. Yes, it's a chair. Look at my beast that I'm sitting on.
All right,
it's never done it. It's never happened.
You're in a tube with half your body in.
You're flying across the ocean, and that's terrifying. I mean, if you think
it's quite terrifying.
And my husband knows how they work, so he'll tell me every single detail, every single noise. He'll go, that's that. I do it now. I'm better now, but I still don't know how we don't crash. I have no.
You're still not sure how it stays up in the air when it's that heavy.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Ask your husband. Maybe listen to him once in a while. I think he knows how that works.
Yeah, he does. So there we go. Oh, another thing he said is that we should all go to a plant-based diet.
Well, I'm vegetarian.
I'm vegetarian as well, but I think
I've ticked both those boxes, basically. I don't often fly.
No, because you eat cheese and stuff, and I think plant-based is vegan.
Oh, but there's no flavour in vegan food. You know what I mean? That's my problem.
I know, but I think I've given up milk, obviously.
Yeah. Is that obviously? It wasn't obvious. I'm not looking at you thinking, well, there's someone who's given up milk.
So I don't buy milk from a supermarket, because essentially you are drinking
It is
pus.
weird drinking, the juice of a
drinking fluid from
drinking
another
pus.
animal.
What are you talking about? That's not what
I think it is.
It's not. Don't nod with a knowing look like, I think you'll find. Yeah. No, it's not. That's not what you squeeze out your boobs when you feed your kids, is it?
No, but would you want to drink that either?
Oh, I think this is just going down a nasty
No,
route.
I do. I believe that it's like it's essentially you're drinking like white blood cells from the cow.
That's gross.
Could have just made that up as well.
I think you have.
But I think there's some... Anyway, so yeah, I've given that up anyway. So I drink oat milk. But I just think, is that any better for you? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, next time come with some facts.
Yeah.
But not flying and vegan diet.
That's what he said. He said, he said, obviously, and then on top of that, you need to be placing pressure on your governments to and stuff.
To actually do something of worth and change things.
But yeah, who knows? So yeah, I don't know. But I just thought it was quite interesting the other day thinking about things you can do. Because you do think, like, what can I do? You know, like I'm recycling my bottles, I'm filling up stuff, doing all that kind of stuff. It's
a drop in the ocean, though.
I know. It? So that's what he said. Those are really the only things you can do. But he discussed really about placing pressure. But what can you do? Write letters? Tell them? Protest?
And how far did you go? Would you compost your own faeces? Because you can get these toilets, can't you? Where it sorts itself out and then kind of regurgitates. And I don't really know what I'm talking about.
No, I probably would do that.
Yeah, but again, it's just a drop in the bucket. Yay, see that. Talking about Aldi, I was shopping in Aldi once because I do the middle class thing of going to Waitrose and then mixing it up and getting down and dirty in Aldi.
No, you can't. No, that is not down and dirty because, Aldi's so middle class now.
It's not.
It's so middle class. If you ever Waitrose,
stuff at you when you pay for it, they chuck it at your face. That's not middle class.
No, they're fast, aren't they? They are fast. Do you know what I do love going to a foreign supermarket when I'm abroad? That is one of my most exciting things to do on holiday. It is always
exciting.
That's really.
Can I finish my Aldi story?
Sorry, you've got an Aldi story.
So I was in Aldi, in Sudbury, and I'd recently done a school visit to school, because I do books, and I was doing my shopping, and this little kid came round the corner in Aldi and shouted at the top of his voice, just went, "Oh my God, Rebecca Elliott shops at Aldi!" And everyone turned and stared, and I just sort of shuffled off, and his mum went, "Everyone's got to eat, love."
That's a beautiful moment.
It was a beautiful moment.
But I do think that Aldi is definitely a middle class shop now.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Oh, yes.
Does that mean I've got to start going to Asda?
No, you'd need to go to Farm Foods. Go to Farm Foods. I love a bit of Farm Foods. Poundland.
I don't even know what it's called.
Not the pound shop. I love
Iceland. That's a thing, right?
I absolutely love. Seriously.
That's a thing.
Love Iceland.
No, it's horrible.
Oh,
it's horrible.
You can't beat a bit of Iceland.
Oh,
that's what I feel like my people
misery and despair.
No, I love it when you go there and you can get noodles there for £1, 4 packs of noodles.
It's not an advert. We're not doing an ad. We're not sponsored by noodles from Iceland.
Oh, I love a bit of Iceland. And you can get all kinds of fish from there.
Stop bigging up Iceland.
Well,
I think we could have guessed you could get fish from there. That doesn't make it amazing.
But it's all frozen as well.
Yeah. Oh, in that case,
I'd probably go to Iceland most days.
You go to Iceland most days. Do you do a big shop or do you do a shop every day?
I probably get a little bit every day. I'm not very organised.
I'm not at all.
I'd like to do a big shop, but then I think I might not fancy the food that I've planned for. I probably wouldn't fancy it. I'll probably then go and buy more.
I find that if I do a big shop, I end up with just loads of food going off because I've brought a leek thinking I'll make soup. Yeah. And then it comes to Wednesday and I don't want to make soup.
And I know. I
just want to eat something I want to eat a pizza.
That's the dilemma, isn't it? I've been a juicer for a while. I like to make a juice. I bought a masticator. I don't know if that's the right word, but I believe it's a masticating juicer.
That's disturbing.
It means that it juices it slower. It's quite satisfying.
It sounds like
so
bollocks. You
put the vegetables in it and
you take out all the fibre.
No, but that's the thing about
and you're left with the fruit pus.
That's the thing. I love a bit of fruit pus. That's the thing about a masticating juicer. Yeah. Is that it doesn't get...
So it chews it for you so that you don't have to. That's how lazy you are.
Is that what masticating means?
Yes, it is. What did you think? I didn't even want to know what you thought it meant. You're getting something to chew your food for you so that you don't have to.
I'm really surprised you know what that meant. I did not know that.
I'm quite intelligent.
I was wondering what masticating meant.
Yeah, of course it does.
So it chews
your food for you.
Chews my food for me. So all
Because God
the
knows
essential-
that's a stress. Having to chew your own food.
I tell you, honestly, the amount of energy I have from drinking my masticated juices, and I have, so in the morning before we have anything, with Darren and I try and have a celery juice.
Right.
And then
Is this story going to pick up?
this is far. This is it.
It feels
this
like
is
it's peaked.
It's going to plateau.
It's peaked quite low.
Yeah, it's plateaued. It's not going to go further.
It's not going to pick up.
But we do
you're
have...
continuing anyway.
We do have a vegetable juice as well when he gets home from work.
That is fascinating. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, another thing about supermarkets, right, is that I always find it really awkward when you go into a supermarket and you see someone you know, because a few days down there, you're going to see them again. Do you say hello
so
again?
you have a chat and then you see each other down the wine aisle or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you don't know them that well, it's awkward, isn't it?
It is.
Do you just walk on by at that point?
No, I just go, right. Like, just nod my head.
Right.
Yeah, I had to add the all right.
Would you do that with me? If we'd just seen each other in the first aisle and we saw each other again, you'd go, all right. I wouldn't like
I probably wouldn't go all right. I'd probably do this.
Just a nod. You know, people can't see you.
Yeah, so I had to add the all right on there because.
Okay, so you just do a nod. Yeah, that's rude.
Or smile awkwardly, like
When people see, because my husband's a teacher, when his students, because you can't go anywhere in town without some former or current student recognising him, and to them, if you see a teacher, remember when you saw a teacher in the supermarket? Oh, it's like seeing a celebrity. You don't really know what to do.
No.
So all they do is they just shout out, Mr. Elliot, but they don't go, hi, Mr. Elliot, or look, that's Mr. Elliot. They just shout it out.
Right.
And then Matt will be like, hello. And then they'll just stare at him and go, yeah, and walk off. Why? Why do they do that?
Oh, because it is weird seeing your teachers out of context. Like, you forget
like
your
they're
teacher.
a real person.
Oh, that is the weirdest thing. And I found out when I was up in Cheshire this last week that my teacher, Mrs. Jones, who taught me at Marbury Primary School, went to Marbury Primary School, which has had about 12 students. I mean, it really did. It was a tiny, tiny village school.
Where was that?
We're in Marbury.
Where's Mulberry?
Marbury.
Marbury. Right.
Just Marbury.
Okay. Where's that?
Next to Norbury. that's
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I got it.
Yeah, I lived in Norbury.
Right.
Where's
Norbury? It's next to Marbury.
Yeah, near Wren.
Okay.
Wrenbury. So I lived in Norbury. Anyway, my teacher, Mrs. Jones, who wouldn't let me leave that school without blowing my nose first.
Right. Is that a euphemism, or you literally?
She literally made me blow my nose in front of the whole school. And I remember...
What? Hang on a minute. Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
I'm saying that Miss Jones...
I understand the words.
Yes.
But not really in any way what they mean. She wouldn't let you leave school every day without blowing your nose.
No.
Just you?
I'm talking about when I moved, because I moved from there to Holland. So she made me blow my nose. She said, I think before you leave, that's one thing you need to be able to do is blow your nose.
Oh, so you hadn't learnt how to blow your nose?
Well, no.
How old were you, 12?
I was probably around, I can't think now, I'm probably around 6 or 7.
Right.
And she made me I had to blow my nose in front of the whole school. It traumatised me. I'm still weird about blowing my nose in front of people.
Wow.
Because anyway, Mrs. Jones is still around in Marbury.
Is she?
She is.
She's still quite scary?
Well, apparently, yeah.
Did you go and blow your nose right in front of her just to prove you can do it? Do you hate when people blow their nose and they basically kind of use their handkerchief to pick their nose afterwards?
Yeah.
Like shoving a finger right up there.
Yeah.
And they think that's okay because it's encased in cloth.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No.
It's not okay.
No, but I would like to use a handkerchief.
Yeah. Obviously use a handkerchief. You could blow your nose into just a bare hand.
No, but like tissues. I mean, I'm talking like a proper handkerchief.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of like this. You've got a crusty.
You've then got a really
thing in your pocket.
Dirty, crusted snot rag.
But I feel weird about blowing my. I'm not very good at blowing my nose.
You're not good at that.
No, it's not a skill of mine. I don't.
Okay.
Because when
you
blow
wouldn't put that
nose,
on your CV.
No, it's not going on my CV. No, because I think that I'd have to prove it. And then that'd be really awkward.
Right.
Because also, when you blow your nose,
you've got quite a barren CV, though. You might want to think about putting that on there.
I should. God, I know that she can blow her nose very well, but I don't.
Professionally.
And because then you're worried you've got things there still, so that's why people put their fingers up their nose. I think
it's unacceptable. I think you should go into a private room.
What, to blow your nose?
Yeah, I do.
Do you pick your nose?
No, never, ever.
I have.
I'm not going to talk about it.
You're listening to Don't Laugh But with Rebecca Elliott and Kirsty Hudson, creating their own unique twatmosphere for your listening pleasure.
One of my little anxiety things when I go into a supermarket is I don't know whether to choose a basket or a trolley, and I get a little bit nervous. So often I go with nothing because I think I only want a loaf of bread. Mm-hmm. But then obviously the stress of being in there and the pressure of like it all looks so good, you end up with a stack of about 12 items pressed up to your chin and looking like a twit. But I don't like getting a basket because it's never going to go with any of my outfits. So you get no, but you know what I mean? You get dressed in the morning, you look in the mirror, you think I look all right, and then you've got to go into a supermarket for half an hour holding this wire handbag that looks hideous.
Wow, you see, now this is a thing. I had this experience the other day.
What experience?
The whole
holding a basket.
Yeah,
that's not a rare experience.
No, bear with me, it gets better.
I am bearing with you.
Was in Lidl's the other day. They had the baskets that you pull a handle up and then just can wheel
the
behind
wheelie
you.
Basket.
Why doesn't every supermarket have those?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because then you don't worry about it going with your outfit because it's behind you.
Yeah.
You can walk around chicly around the Lidl.
I don't think it's chic, is it? Going around Lidl with a trailing basket behind you.
No, they have those in Marks and Spencer in the perfume
You'll admit
section.
that's not chic. Yeah? It's just like...
It's slightly chic.
Use of the word chic.
Well, it's slightly chicer than a metal basket banging against your hip as you walk
but there's something of that old, the old person's things, the baskets they use.
I love
the
one of
cloth
those. I
baskets
enjoy those.
when they trail
the
them
wheel
up.
behind them?
Yeah.
My mum has one of those and I would like one.
What age do you have to be to get one of them?
I think I could get one now.
No, you've got to be past 60.
Actually, I have got one.
Have you?
And I've used it quite a lot. It's got pink flowers on it.
That doesn't make it better.
It's shiny. But I will... An old person's one is one that you push in front of you.
Yeah.
Now that...
Really?
Yeah.
And a young person's one is one you trail behind you?
Yeah, because I live in town, I don't very rarely drive to the supermarket, so I'll just take that
You walk into town trailing one of those fabric trolley old person's things behind you.
And I look good doing it.
And you think that's all right?
I think it's more than acceptable.
Trolley,
yeah,
right. And I think I've made that decision. It's been quite a big decision for me. I'm not going to get a basket.
You've committed to
I
the
know
trolley.
I need at least 6 things.
Okay,
maybe one of them's quite heavy, like some cans, right. So I've gone for a trolley. Never the big trolley anymore. No. Nobody uses them anymore.
It's exactly what I was going to say.
Them.
Whoever goes now for the big one?
Literally no one.
No.
So I've got the little trolley. I'm quite happy with that. But then if you get halfway round the supermarket and you haven't put anything in the trolley yet, I feel like a twat. I feel like everyone's judging me and thinking, why has she got a trolley? She hasn't even put anything in it.
I've never felt that. You're feeling quite judged in the supermarket.
I do feel quite judged.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
So I'd then pick up some cheese or something and put it in the trolley, even if I don't want it, just so it looks like I've got a trolley for a reason. Is that normal?
No, is the answer. I just walk around, own that trolley. I've got a trolley. I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
I don't
might
have
just
to
put
use
it back empty.
Yeah, I
just fancy to walk around Waitrose.
Walk around owning that trolley. Yeah, no one cares. No one's looking. The thing I ask you though, is it acceptable to look in someone else's basket when you're talking to them?
Not when I'm talking, like someone you know.
Yeah.
No.
Never stare at that basket.
Absolutely not. They might have like pile cream and stuff in there.
I know.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Although if you're buying a pile cream in, Aldi, you've got to question your life choices, I think.
No, but if you're buying
other people's, strangers. I'll look in their baskets.
Do you?
If I'm in the 10 items or less, I'll count. I'll count how many things they've got in their basket.
There was a man.
I'll get quite angry.
In Waitrose the other day wearing pink salmon trousers.
That's Waitrose.
Yeah.
You get the chino rainbow.
Yeah, buying some pink salmon with no sense of irony.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you point it out to him?
I didn't.
You should have done.
No sense of irony.
There's a packer in Waitrose, the cashiers.
Right.
Yeah, and they, on the little 10 items or less, right? And so you get your bag.
My sister works on there.
Yeah, it's not her. You get your bag, you put it there, and you go into Waitrose, you've paid an arm and a leg to buy 10 items of crap, right? So you expect a little bit of service. That might be just me.
Yeah.
And she passes me the stuff to put in the bag. The bag that is there between us, it's open, and she won't put it in the bag.
Why?
I think she should put it in the bag.
Say to her.
Is that bad? But should I be expected to put it in the bag? If I'm on a conveyor belt thing, is that what they call it? Conveyor belt?
It's a
you know,
It's a
the
belt.
normal bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Then fine. I expect to do my own bag packing.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Right. They do ask you generally in Waitrose whether you want some help with packing.
Yeah, but it'd be weird if you said yes, wouldn't it? Especially if they ask you that when you're only buying 2 things.
Yes, please.
You're like, how much of an idiot do I look like that I can't work a bag? Have you ever worked in a supermarket? Most people have as a teenager. Where?
Well, I can't really claim that I have worked in a supermarket, but I did work at Woolworths. I was a Saturday supervisor. I had keys. I could do voids.
You had keys?
I had keys.
You could do voids?
I could do voids.
You're always creating voids in our conversations.
I could do voids. Could you imagine how exciting that is?
What do you mean you could do voids?
So say someone makes a mistake on the till, I could go and void it out for them.
Right.
I had that power.
Wow, that is...
And also, I was the one that had to sit with shoplifters.
That is a power you've got to wield wisely.
Yeah. And once I almost got sacked. So I was on the till, and there was some suitcases coming through, right?
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I was selling the suitcases for something like $29.99.
Yeah.
They were pack of
something
3.
like that. Something like that really specific figure.
I was selling a 3-pack of suitcases for the one price.
Oh my God.
And inside those suitcases, they were like more money.
Yeah.
And Terry Timbrell, who was my, he wasn't Terry Timbrell. What was his name?
It's important that we know the name.
Terry. He called me up to
Do you know
office.
his second name?
I
Can
can't
you look
remember,
that up?
because I think it was TV Timbrell we called it.
Bring it back next week.
So Terry called me up to his office.
Terry, if you're out there, get in touch.
Yeah.
Let us know your name.
Called me up to his office. He said, Kirsty, he said, you have cost us thousands of pounds today.
Thousands? How many of these suitcases did you sell?
I was very good at selling.
I think Terry exaggerates.
And Terry said, however, I have just had 3 people on the phone telling me about that cheerful, lovely girl on the back till.
Oh,
and I was
who was
saved
that?
by
Oh,
my
right.
customers.
Oh, that's nice,
I know,
isn't it?
but I loved in there. And I still see some of my old ladies I used to work with. They are older now. And I was so good
People
at it.
do get older as time goes on, I've
do.
found. See, I worked in a spa. Mm-hmm. You know, the little spa. Mm-hmm. And I was
I do know what a spa is.
You know what a spa is?
They don't have big spas.
No, it wasn't a really
Up
supermarket.
north they might do.
They might have had...
I quite like Morrison's.
Shut up for a minute. They might have had like 2 trolleys outside.
Right.
You know, for the old folk who can't travel further than the spa. But
Okay.
basically it was very small.
Okay.
But I was not the cheerful lady that people would have phoned up and said she was lovely.
No.
I was very much the opposite of that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like 15,
Right.
16. Mm-hmm. Hard for you to believe, but very surly, sarcastic.
Mm. When did that change?
I really just wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Ooh.
And then I had
ask.
to wear a tabard.
Right. I wore tabard. I loved my tabard. It was blue.
Oh, it was so different.
But mine was... Oh, no, I didn't wear it. Did I?
Let's talk more about your tabard.
Can't remember now. But mine was blue nylon.
Get back to us on that.
Mm-hmm.
Go and ask Terry. So I had to wear a tabard.
Yeah.
I hated every second.
Uh-huh.
And every second lasted about an hour. It was that kind of hideous. And the old woman that I worked with, she probably wasn't old, she was probably like 40 or something. She used to call me Becky. And I hated being called Becky anyway. Becky!
Right. Uh-huh.
That came out Scottish. She wasn't Scottish. All I can do is Scottish now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Becky. I'll work on that. I'll come back to that.
Where
anyway,
was she from?
And I don't know now.
Okay.
Just very gruff Scottish
Right.
lady.
Yes.
Anyway, I got fired.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did used to steal.
Oh.
So I can't really.
You worked in the shop and you stole
It was
from
boring.
the shop.
I stole. This is how boring. I stole cream eggs and then I went in the toilet, the one toilet out the back, and ate them.
How many did you steal?
I don't know, like a few. I don't know.
And you ate did you feel sick?
No, loved it.
Oh.
It was the thrill of the damn thing. But
I've never stolen anything in my whole life.
really,
Never.
you've stolen some of my time away. I'll never
Do you
get
know,
that back.
I remember being in Marks and Spencer's and I was walking out and the man put his hand on my shoulder. He said, I think you need to come with me, love. Like that.
Where's he from? Zimbabwe?
He took me up, right, with my friend. Turns out my friend had only stolen some prawn and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah, and I was all like, I'm sorry, like, I haven't done anything wrong.
Do you know, for a moment I thought you said she'd stolen porn and mayonnaise sandwiches.
She stole some from Marks and
That was a
Spencer's.
weird combination. No, right, blimey.
Prawn and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Okay.
And I was indignant. I have never stolen.
Right.
And I was like, I I'm a Saturday supervisor in Woolworths. I was going,
Really?
Like, yeah.
Like, do you know who I am?
It had
You actually
no weight
did that.
at all. Yeah, I didn't get in trouble though. But he made me sit with her until the police came.
Really?
Yeah. It was terrifying. No, I've never stolen anything. I've got a really strong moral compass.
No, I have too. I've never stolen anything else, and we'll skip past that because my son listens to these podcasts. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, fruit buying. I was going to talk to you about this.
Hold on. You said that far more excitedly than fruit buying warranted. Oh! Yeah.
Do
Sorry.
you think they put the fruit and vegetables at the beginning of the supermarket? Because if it was at the end, no one would ever buy it. Because at the beginning, you're full of hope, you're full of optimism. You think, yeah, this week I'm going to eat loads of fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to eat. The kids are going to eat greenery every day. We're going to buy mangoes and they're not going to go off and all of that. Really optimistic. And then, of course, you go through the rest of the shop and you just pile it up with biscuits and crisps and that's all you eat and the fruit goes off. But if the fruit and the vegetables were at the end, when you've already put all your, like, your biscuits, crisps and cheese, all the good stuff in, I think you'd get to there and you'd look at your trolley and think, I've got enough, I'm all right.
I don't think that's why, no.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Really, that's all you got?
I think there's a whole...
I think that's a good... No.
I think there's a whole psychological... I think they plan it. Like, because you don't just pop in, right? You don't pop into the supermarket just, I need some apples desperately. No, you pop in... You don't pop in the supermarket. I need apples desperately. But
Yeah,
you
maybe
do
not
pop
desperately.
in for a loaf of bread
Oh, I
or
see
a
what you're
bottle
saying.
of milk,
Fine.
right?
Desperately.
Yeah, desperately. Like,
Yeah.
I need that.
Need it now.
So they don't put those at the front of the shop. They're generally at the end of the shop, like the breads and things. The things that you need most days. You don't need apples
Things
most
that
days.
I would need more desperately are the alcohol, and they are at the end.
They are at the end.
So that makes
You
sense.
see, but I do believe that it's a real psychological thing. I think that's a very interesting point
Do you?
that you've made.
Wow. I'm going to make that my ringtone.
I say very
You saying
interesting.
that.
I actually did say very
You
interesting.
did. You've never said that to me.
No.
You didn't
I
mean it.
No.
No. Have you ever broken anything in a supermarket?
Oh.
Dropped it on the floor?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What I did, and this was not
Go
long
on.
ago. I dropped a jar of beetroot.
Oh.
The worst thing you could. And it spattered on someone's clothes.
Oh, my God.
I didn't tell her.
Really? Really?
I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, yeah.
Were you with
Awful.
either of your kids at the time?
No, I
'Cause
wasn't.
I've
I
dropped-
don't blame them.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Love that.
I dropped a glass thing of ketchup, so a similar sort of thing, and it looked like, you know, some horrendous murder had taken place.
Oh, no.
Just this kind of blood splattered on the floor,
Right.
and everyone stares at you. And I went, Benji.
No.
It wasn't Benji, it was me.
You actually...
I did actually blame my kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I bought him some chocolates and a mango to
You
make
bought
up for
chocolate
it.
to buy his silence. Have some.
I think I'm coming out of this podcast quite badly.
I think so. I think I'm coming out of it quite well because I've never stolen anything.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Because I've got a strong moral compass.
Yeah, you like that phrase a lot.
I do.
What do you mean by that?
No, I don't
mean,
know.
everyone knows what's right and wrong. What are you talking about?
Do they though?
I think
Do
you
we?
I think you need to question that phrase because you trundle it out there.
I think I probably read it in the Oprah magazine. Do you know who do have a...
We read an Oprah magazine.
I have read the Oprah magazine.
You have read it or you do read it?
I sometimes read it. Sometimes
Right. It's like a question, like,
I
you're
don't-
up on the dock.
Well, I
You
don't.
have read it or you do read it? Just answer the question, yes
I
or
don't
no.
know. Yes, maybe. I do. I very rarely buy magazines. I used to read magazines a lot. I used to love Woman magazine.
Did you?
Yeah, and like I've never really like when you buy sweets and people want some. I hate it. I remember going on
What's
holiday.
that got to do with anything?
Well, because it just reminded me of a memory on holiday. I went on holiday with one of my first holidays away, and I'd gone on holiday with two friends. And I went to the shop and I bought a Woman magazine and a tube of Smarties. Right?
Yeah.
Of course, they wanted my Smarties when I got back. I just hate sharing food.
I like that you think you're an adult at that point. You think, I'm going to buy a woman's magazine and a tube of Smarties.
No. Oh, yes,
Brilliant. You've
yeah.
reached adulthood.
Yeah. I
was
hate
it-
sharing food.
Was your Smarties thing going anywhere else? Or was that it? That was
Just that I don't like it. And do you know what I really hate? When you go to a dinner party and you're a vegetarian and you don't eat any of the meat, it's lots of meat, and then the meat eaters want your vegetarian food.
The meat, yeah. No, I'm with you.
I hate them. I hate them. They should all be shot.
You hate all meat eaters. They should all be shot.
No, when they want to eat my food, they should be shot.
That's what I heard. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Because
I'm not radical.
they'd never order a vegetarian.
No, but then they
meal.
want to eat mine.
But then they go, oh, that doesn't look... But are they being a bit patronising? Are they still thinking, that looks a bit crap?
No,
but I'm going to tell her it looks nice to make her feel better about
they
her
just
life
want
decision.
They want to eat my food.
They want to eat your food.
And I don't like people who want to eat my food.
All right. Do you kind of hug around the plate just to guard it?
Like, I don't like sharing stuff. People always want to share. I'm better
That's
now.
because you're a bad person, unlike me.
Who's got a strong moral
Got a
compass?
very strong
I
moral
do.
compass.
Right. This is the thing for me at Christmas time, right? And I still get picked on it by my family. Is that I like to have lots of roast potatoes, right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking. I think acceptable amount of roast potatoes on a Christmas meal is around 6 or 8.
Well, how big are the roast potatoes? How many times have you cut those potatoes up?
Let's not worry about that, does it?
I'm worried about that. If you've got 6 massive potatoes, I would say that's an overkill.
Well, not
if
for
you've
me.
got 6 quarters of potatoes,
I could probably eat 20.
That's only 1.5 potatoes.
I could eat 20 roast potatoes. I could do it. I could have a meal of. I could go to a buffet and gorge on roast potatoes.
That's beautiful.
Potatoes are my favourite food.
Okay.
Of all kinds.
You said they're quite posh. You normally say potatoes.
Potatoes. That's because I was thinking about it. How I say potatoes.
Potatoes,
are my favourite food.
Really?
Of all kinds.
They're the most versatile of the foods. I think the Potato Marketing Board have really done a number. In that it's the same vegetable, but we think of chips very differently to how we think of like a roast potato. Very differently to how we think of a crisp. Right?
Very different.
It's a whole different thing in our head, but it's the same thing, isn't it? But basically, the Potato Marketing Board thought, well, this is a, which I'm sure exists. Thought, well, this is a massive one. It doesn't really taste of anything. We're going to bake it. We'll call it baked potato.
Oh.
Yeah, serve it with butter. They go, well, this is a tiny one, and again, it doesn't really taste of anything. New potato.
I'm growing some of those at the moment.
Brilliant. But crisps, I don't feel that you're feeling my whole potato monologue
I'm engaged.
I think the Potato Marketing Board are geniuses.
Yes.
I don't think you're getting it. No. Do you want me to keep talking?
Yeah,
I'm going to keep talking until you agree. So
I'm just thinking, why would you have a Potato Marketing Board?
Because the potatoes need us.
I love them. I have not met a potato I don't like, right? Like, I just haven't.
Quote of the day.
Like, I love, I'm not opposed to a new potato.
You're not opposed to it?
They're my least favourite.
They are everyone's least favourite.
But I do like the ones I'm going to grow, they're going to be delicious.
Really?
Yeah, the man on the market where I bought the plant, the bulbs
new
from.
Potatoes, just potatoes that haven't grown for long enough.
No, they're
to
new.
be called something else.
No, because you don't have...
All potatoes are new.
When I grew
That's
up...
the marketing board going, these are little, what we could call them new, because it sounds really new.
No, but
fresh.
when I grew up when I grew up, I was going to say, like when I grew up in the world, in this world, right?
This one?
In this world that we live in today.
Right.
But it was a few years ago. You would never find we don't call regular potatoes old potatoes, do we?
No, because they're all new, but they're all...
No, but the old potatoes.
Old potatoes.
You would never find those in the ever.
Ever where? What's your point?
You're
really stressing a point you haven't made.
You'd never find those in the summertime. Equally, you would never, ever... I can't stress this enough.
You can stress it a lot better because at the moment it's unclear.
You would never find new potatoes in the winter, but now, all year round...
Oh, you mean in the super... I was imagining you digging around in the garden and finding these things.
Of course, in the
well, you said you found them, like you were sniffing them out like a pig sniffing truffles.
You do know what this podcast is about, don't you? I mean, we did stress that this is about supermarkets.
I'd forgotten, to be fair.
Yeah, you would never find. And like, now...
No, but that's the bad thing, that we can buy all kind of fruit and veg all year round.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a dull point to make, but it is fairly atrocious.
But I just thought, like, that is weird.
Yeah.
It's not
it is, yeah. No, we don't know when things are in season anymore, do we? No.
I really quite like a frozen mashed potato.
A frozen mashed potato?
Yeah.
You like to eat it frozen, like a lollipop?
I like to...
Like a potato lollipop.
So, I think I should go through So, new potatoes are my least favourite.
Hang on, you think you should go through your top 5 potatoes?
Yes.
But nobody wants that.
I do. Chips are probably my top. I love chips.
Yeah.
I love roast potatoes. So chips and roast potatoes, because they're hard to just separate. Because
are they?
I love them both.
Yeah.
So
keep talking because I'm going to cut all this out.
I love a roast and I love a chip. Oh, I love a chip. You can't be. I don't like a McDonald's chip.
Don't you?
No.
I do. I mean, I hate McDonald's, but I quite like the chips.
Oh, I don't. I like a chip shop chip.
Do you? Big fat chunky chip?
Yeah, from the top of my road.
Is what they call you.
I'd love to be called a chunky chip.
But isn't it amazing that it all comes from the magical...
From the potato marketing board.
This podcast has been brought to you by potatoes. In conclusion, supermarkets. Do you like them?
I love them.
Hang on.
Is this good?
This is...
Yes.
I was way more excited about that than I should have been.
You were just like the whole fruit and veg thing.
Do you ever shop online? That's what I was going to say.
I do love
We need to cover that.
I do.
People will expect it.
I do love a shop online, but it is really strange when they don't have, like, we didn't have any broccoli, so we bought you some Tampax. You know what I mean? Thank you. That's
not the same.
Super helpful. Like that
is annoying.
But I do like an online shop. I get bored of computers and then having to put your food in it as well. So if we do it, I'll write a list and then my husband will order it because he's much faster at typing than I am.
Matthew's never done an online. He's never done a big... I can't even shit. It's totally emasculating. Shit, Matthew. She is such a bitch.
He went to Scotland and he trusted. Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
Online shop. But when you say on it, because they guilt trip you into not having bags. Because when you order it online, they say, you could add bags to this, but if you want to be nice to the environment, don't have any bags. You think, oh, well, I won't have bags then, fine, because you've guilt-tripped me into it. But then they turn up with
crates.
like 7 crates of crap that you've then got to rush to empty out on the kitchen floor.
Mm-hmm. I always get bags.
It makes me livid.
I get bags. Do you have your man bring it into the kitchen?
My man.
Your delivery man.
Yes.
So you just become a woman. Do you have the delivery man bring it in? Or delivery woman. There are my stepdad did that for a while. He delivered to Waitrose.
Did he?
He did. And they're
always very friendly.
I always get the man to bring it into my kitchen.
I've heard that rumour.
Whatever man it is, yeah.
He always brings it right up into your kitchen.
Always up my back passage.
Yeah. No!
Too far. There was a line I stepped. I didn't just run over it. But I do. I have no shame about the bags.
You've got no shame?
Well, generally. But they have, like, the blue bag for the freezer bag, and then they have all that kind of stuff. I like that.
And when they said, do you want a bag for life, I was kind of think, yeah. But I've had a few bags for life that have broken. That's a bad omen, isn't it?
You can take them back.
But does it mean my life's going to end?
That's it, you're done. But you can take them back.
Can you?
I have got lots of bags.
But who's going to do that?
I know.
Seriously. Who's going to trundle back into Waitrose and go, my bag's broken, can I get a new one?
They are getting rid of all regular carrier bags now in Waitrose, and they're only going to have the 10p bag for life.
The thing is, it just means that the cupboard underneath my sink
is full of bags.
Got about 2,000 quid's worth of bags.
I know. And I always forget my bags and I'm embarrassed. And
always. And
also...
we have to apologise. We go, I'm so sorry.
I know we haven't talked about as well.
What?
Loyalty cards.
Loyalty cards. I'm not even loyal to my friends. I'm certainly not going to be loyal to the supermarket.
No. I know. Today I went to Costa and they said, you have your card. And I was like, no. She said, well, you should. You drink a lot of coffee in here. And I thought, I'm just like, should I really?
I was with you in the little Tesco's when he said that to you.
Yeah, I don't.
He started having a go at you for not having a loyalty card.
I know. I do have a
don't.
I do have a Waitrose
I think he looked
card.
at me and he thought, no, she doesn't look like someone who needs one. But you, on the other hand.
Clearly I do. I do have a Waitrose card, but I've lost it, right? And then every time I go into Waitrose, and I like it because you can use the scanny fasty things.
The scanny fasty things?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Have you never used those?
No, I've never used them.
Oh my goodness, it's life-changing.
I thought you had to have a whole different, I don't know.
Oh.
Don't you have to have your, I don't know. How does it work? It's like magic.
Well, if you stop talking, I'll explain it.
Thanks.
You go in, you slide your card, your Waitrose card or your Tesco's card if you were ever to shop in Tesco's again.
You can't slide your Tesco's card down a Waitrose thing.
No, clearly, but if you were to shop in Tesco's, so you slide it down and then you take it out and you scan and then you just scan it and you pack as you go.
Do you then have to pay
at the end?
Well, how does that help then?
Because you don't have to, you've packed it already. You don't have to unpack it and then...
say in such a patronising way. You're leaning right into me going, you thick bitch, you don't have to pack it.
Because you've packed it again.
I get it. I get it.
Then you just scan it on the machine.
But aren't you just doing their job? They're paid to scan it and basically they're getting us to do their job.
But think how much faster that is.
Yeah, but they may as well get us to stack the shelves while we're in there.
No, I love a scanny thing.
one thing I hate.
Yes.
I always manage to find the thing in the supermarket that hasn't got a barcode
Oh.
and causes mayhem amongst the staff. And I was in Sainsbury's a couple of weeks ago, and my son.
I'm not in love with Sainsbury's.
It's
the almost bags.
I'm not in love with it, but
Okay.
it's all right.
Right.
Now, I was in Sainsbury's. My son picked up a magazine, right, that he wanted. And we're in a rush, because, I'm a mother. I'm always in a rush. And it wouldn't scan. And then the woman came up, because we were on the self-checkout. It wouldn't scan. And she said, oh, this just come in. It hasn't actually got a barcode. You can't buy it. But the thing is, it says on there $2.99. I'm just like, here I'm in a shop. You're selling this in your shop. I've got £3 here. I can take this item and give you the £3. Everyone's happy. And it really wasn't a computer says no moment. She was just like, no, there's no barcode. You can't have it.
She wouldn't let you buy it?
No, because it didn't have a barcode. She would not take the £3 to buy my son a magazine.
Well, that's just, what shop was that? Oh, Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's. We just did the whole thing.
Yeah. That's dreadful.
I know. Well, it wasn't awful. I mean, compared to like AIDS and cancer and stuff, it's
Should we
not
go
that
protest
bad.
outside Sainsbury's?
I think we should. Anything else have we done?
I think we're done. I think we've covered a plethora
I think
of
we've
topics.
possibly covered too much.
I know. How much can you talk about?
Yeah.
Supermarkets? A lot, apparently.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
If you found that this edition of Don't Laugh But pleasantly killed half an hour or even brutally slaughtered it, why not come back next week for more?